Halo is finally coming to PlayStation. I think this is something that everybody, are kind of excited about, I guess. I played the first Halo plenty of times. I'm either yay or nay with it. The more the merrier. If you haven't played it already, even if you're a Sony fan, you've missed out on a great game. I mean, this is a game that is pretty much defined first-person shooters on consoles. Nevertheless, the game is finally coming to PlayStation, and you got to go through a lot of things if you want to play this game on co-op or whatever. Because one thing about Halo was a co-op situation where you get to play in the same room with friends or whatever. It was always a great time. I remember doing that on my original Xbox. It was absolutely awesome. But apparently, there are some things that you got to go through to make that happen. And I know this is not for everybody. Some people probably just don't care. And if you don't care, that's fine. But some people, this is, coming back to nostalgia, bringing that experience back to what they had back in the early 2000s. So some people it's a big deal. So I'm going to jump over here to the article. We're going to talk about this, give my thoughts and opinions about it. Shout out to Forbes.com. The link will be down in the description if you want to check out this article, whatever the case may be. Paul Tassi of Forbes put this out. Xbox forces PS5 players to jump through hoops to play Halo campaign evolved. All right, let's look at this. I'm going to go right down to this paragraph right here. Now, however, PlayStation and Xbox players are getting a look at how many hoops they or their friends have to jump through in order to play Halo campaign evolved together. The requirements are been to mind a bit, as most of the time they need a PlayStation account, a Microsoft account, or even an Xbox gamer tag. So this is what the FAQ said. So if you want to play this game co-op, let's go. For cross progression in any form, you need a Microsoft account and a gamer tag no matter what platform you play on. You can play on, PS5, you can play on Steam, or whatever the case may be. You can play on, whatever. You're going to need an Xbox gamer tag and an Xbox or a Microsoft account. Well, both basically. However, if you want to play split screen on a Xbox console, the second player needs their own Microsoft subscription. So you need to put another Microsoft subscription on that particular Xbox. Like they kind of made this a little bit too hard, basically. This is like really difficult. It doesn't have to be this way. But nevertheless, you need that. If you are the PlayStation player and playing split screen on the PS5, let's say for instance, me and my son want to play this game right now, in the house right now, just want to play it. Both accounts, his account and my account, will need PlayStation Plus and be linked to a Microsoft account, and the PS Plus subscription is also needed for online co-op. Listen, my son, he doesn't have his own PlayStation Plus subscription. He does have a PlayStation account, but he doesn't have a PlayStation Plus subscription. It makes no sense for me and him to have PlayStation Plus separately in the same house. He can just use my PS Plus subscription if he wants to play any game he wants to, and it's on his PS5, so he gets trophies and all that as well. He doesn't need his own PS Plus account. But if we want to play this together, we both need PS Plus. I don't know if that's going to be a thing if it's using one account. I don't know. And we both need a PS Plus subscription if we play online co-op. Like I said, I don't know how that works, but this looks really confusing and it's like all over the place. On Steam, however, you need a linked Microsoft account. Well, see, like on my PC here, I do have the Microsoft account and Steam. I can link those. That's fine. But me and my son don't play co-op, but I'm just talking about in general. If you need it, this is kind of crazy, right? The wild part here is that what this is saying, that for local co-op, you need an online account, which bends the mind when you try to justify that. Right. I mean, why would I need an online account to play the game in-house right here with someone else? Why would anybody need that? That's kind of crazy, right? Some say this is Microsoft trying to make PlayStation the annoying place to play, while others think it's a PlayStation demand requiring both players to have a PS Plus subscription for PS5 co-op. My thing is like this. Look, whatever happened to Player 2? Just have a Player 2 option and just play. I mean, it's not hard. Like, look, I have a Sega Genesis right here, right? I have a Sega Genesis. Sega Genesis, you see this, right? And with the Sega Genesis, this right here, 1, 2 players. You can play 2 players and don't have to worry about any of that other craziness What is wrong with that? They need to have that on. It shouldn't be that difficult to do this. I don't understand why this is a thing. Why would they do this? And my thing is like, this is just doing too much. This is doing way too much. They're making this way more complicated than what it is. It is not clear what the answer is here, but the ultimate conclusion might be: is it even worth it? That is an honest question. Is it even worth it to do this? You know, just like May just play like here. What? Just May May just play, okay, with like here and co-op across consoles may be too irritating to bother with. My guess is none of this is being done with an ulterior motive, like say Microsoft not being able to make Halo Campaign Evolve exclusive at this point, so it's just trying to annoy Sony players, but likely a technical established policy thing, which I think this is it right here. It is a technical established policy thing, and I think this is something that this is, it's like overplaying the hand. It's overthinking it. I don't understand why this needs to be an issue where if you want to play at home with someone, everybody needs an account and everybody needs to be this, everybody needs to be that. Whatever happened to just having player 2, player 3, player 4? Whatever happened to that? You know, I don't know. Maybe if you're playing online, maybe you need another account. If you're co-op, I kind of see that, but it's still too much. Um, but it doesn't really matter if it comes off poorly regardless. I've reached out for more clarification and I'll update when I hear back. So nobody really knows what's going on now. My thing like this, I just think this is pretty stupid. I think, and I don't know what the meaning behind it is, but you know, if you want to play couch co-op, it is starting to be so difficult to do these things nowadays. You look at the NBA The Run; they don't even really let you do that. You know, there's other games that are really difficult when it comes to couch co-op. Like they don't really value that anymore, and I think that's the real issue here, that they're not valuing, you know, couch co-op. They think that everybody's at home and everybody's just playing their game by themselves, and everybody's just logged onto the internet and they're just playing with a bunch of people from a distance. Where when you have, let's say for instance, if you do have a father and son, or you have two brothers, or you have people who want to relive and go back and play like they did on the original Xbox, you know, you can't do that. You know, like NBA The Run. Like I said, if you want to play co-op like you used to do back with you know, NBA Street Volume 2 or whatever, you can't do that. You know, and when you do that online, you know, it kind of defeats the purpose, because some people just want to play offline by themselves, you know, with their, you know, with a group of people in the house. But like if you have a party and you got, you know, you got 3 or 4 guys that want to hang out, you know, and you try to do co-op, I mean, everybody got to have an account, and everybody account got to be logged into that particular console. You know, some people don't want to put their information out there like that. You know, it's a little bit crazy how this is, you know, going, but it is what it is now. Now, as for me, I'm I'm really just going to play the game, try to get some achievements on there on the PC, because I got Game Pass, I got PC Game Pass. I'm just going to play it and keep it moving. Me and my son are not going to play any co-op or whatever. I mean, we've kind of gotten, you know, we got our co-op in other ways, playing other games on other platforms, and this is just, it's just not it. But if it was the case, we have to go through hoops to do so, and at the end of the day, it's not worth it. But let me know what you guys think. Are you guys, you know, how do you guys feel about this? Honestly, I mean, do you care? I mean, is it something that you want to try to dwell in? Is it something that you wanted to do but you can't now? Or are you willing to go through all these hoops to play on co-op with your buddies or whatever? I mean, what are you willing to do? I mean, I don't know. Nowadays, a lot of people don't have friends that close anymore, right? So is it that really that big of a deal? You know, but it's something to think about. But with that being said, I'm gonna get out of here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you guys think. You guys take it easy. Y'all be blessed. Peace.